Alright, what's up? I'm X-Factor, this is Minecraft, and today I'm back here in my Redstone world that I've been building things for my map on that has been not in development for a couple weeks. I wanted to have it done by the release of 1.5, but that obviously didn't happen, so here we are in, well, building mode. I'm not going to rush it. I'm going to go with the Valve philosophy that regardless of when it's done, it's going to be done right. Anyway, so I finished up the flag capture system that I was having trouble on last time. What happens is when a player from the opposing team comes in, and that needs to be a repeater, not redstone, comes in, it'll send a signal this way. I need to do the test command. So that's team equal team 1. This is going to check that team equals team 2. Additionally, because, yeah, obviously I can't do that right now because I can't test that on my own. So if you're team 1, it's going to come in and it's going to capture the flag. If the flag's already captured, it's not going to do anything. And I have to confirm that with some multiplayer testing. Anyway, if you're team 2, however, and you come back with a captured flag, if your flag's gone, this piston will be extended. So I think I can show that by capturing the flag. Yep. So that flag has been stolen, which means this piston's extended, which means if a player from the other team comes down, it will activate this line, which will activate a monostable circuit, which will send a signal this here that just says wait for your flag to be returned. If my score for, so scoreboard, objectives, nope, players, not objective, players, set me capture 1, 0, that piston's going to retract, and this line will then test for a player with the player who's captured the flag from that team, and send a signal here which will clear the score, count the score, and this will be added to a dummy thing as well, I believe. Although, or we'll get to that in a second, and that'll come back around, activate another monostable circuit, which will clear this command block, because when you do the test for and then you reset the score, you have to set it again. So that's all that loop does with a slight delay, and it works. It's confirmed. It works for me, at least. Anyway, now, over here, I'm sorry if that was complicated. I can go into more detail if it is requested, but for now I don't think it is, so we're going to move on. Anyway, now we have a 7-segment display, or a 2 7-segment displays, 14-segment displays, with this huge amount of redstone. Obviously I've done this off camera because, well, it's here and I haven't shown it to you, but this is not my design, so I'm not going to do a tutorial on it. This is a design by CNB Minecraft, who I'm sure anyone looking at redstone stuff should know, but that's what this is. You can look up that video if you want. All this is 2 of them, and the other one's mirrored, and then we got the same wires hooked up, and what I've done is I've created a carry system. So where's my carry? This emerald line. When the redstone signal here, when this one reaches 9, which is here, and hits the reset, this signal is going to go all the way down to this one, all the way down, and activate the same thing, which will start this one incrementing up. And I can show that really quick by counting up by 1. This will keep track of things because it uses monostable circuits if I press the button twice rapidly, I thought. Anyway, we're going to have some issues with quick kills in succession. I'm going to try to iron that out. 7, 8, and for using all these repeaters and stuff, it's pretty quick to me. I was going to use a piston tape because they're quicker and typically more accurate, and there we go, it rolls over to 10. And that'll keep going to 99. And if I choose to, I can also count the score down. So I could physically put a clock in the map, but there's obviously easier ways to do that with piston tapes. I didn't want to use a piston tape for this because there's no easy reset. And I want this to be usable in any situation. That's my hard reset there. And now this will reset to 0. That's pretty much what I've done for applicable redstone for the map. For now, we're just going to jump over to the map and work on something else that I have prepared. So, here we go. Alright, so here we are. And I started working on something here and then decided why not make a video of it. This isn't going to be entering stuff in command blocks like the last one. I was a little disappointed with that, but whatever. Here we go. This is going to be the team bonus section, or team bonus thing. I don't know what to call it exactly. So if your team comes up here and there's going to be a battle for this, whoever presses this button is going to get a bonus for their team, equivalent to, I don't know, I actually don't play, but I think it's equivalent to jungling in League of Legends. So what we're going to do is I think what I'm going to do is put a teleport here. Actually, move this. Everything's going to be behind that wall for the most part. And I'm going to teleport the player over to behind that wall, but I prefer to work here. So that's what we're going to do. And this is going to be, everything's going to be hooked up to the main reset line on the scoreboard. And we're going to use that. Regardless if the scoreboard shows or not, that's how we're going to keep track of things. So what this is going to do is this is going to do a test for and each team. And then it will activate another command block, which will use the /effect command. At A, team equals team 2, we'll put the selectors in there. We're just going to play around with the effects for now. I think /effect, it's 2 to 30 for a 30-second something. I don't know the effect codes off by heart. That's why. Oh, really? That won't output? Even if there's a button there? Okay, so we'll just do this here. Okay, so that's slowness, which is actually cool. That's like a zoom in. So that's slowness 30 for 2 seconds. So 1, 2, or 132. That should be 30-second speed 3. What? Oh, right. That is just speed 1, right? So that will be speed 2. It's 1 less than the modifier. Although speed 3 is pretty cool. I was thinking about doing speed and jump boost or speed and strength for 30 seconds as a bonus, and then although I could hook this up to a timer, to be honest. I could hook this up to a timer and then have it reusable after like a minute or so. We'll see. Let's see, actually. So this should be speed 2. Yes. Okay, that's what I want. That's better. Now, this obviously isn't going to impact the, what is it, Squire class I called it? I don't think I've gone into details in classes, but they're given speed potions to begin with. So, we're ignoring this for now. This is a separate system. We're going to have this as parallel, and this is going to be the exact same for both teams. Then we're going to have, let's do another command block, and then this one will be strength, at least for now. Now, we need a reset line. So this is going to come in, and the signal comes in, and I've actually not put this in a very good spot. Color code this. So we're going to have a Redstone Latch. And if I remember how to build this, I need a torch. Torches are here, and I can get rid of that and that. So we build these like this, I believe. And like that. I really hope that's right. If it's not, I'm going, no, that can't be right. Oh. Like that. That's right. There we go. So now we'll reset the line and set. Okay, so we're going to obviously do that. Now when you come in and press that, it will activate. And now that same signal, actually, we will confirm that it's been used first. So if the signal has come through, we want repeaters here, because this is going to join up regardless of what has happened. I think we can do something like a little something like this. So if the signal's been used, actually, we're going to assume if this has been activated, that the system's been activated. So we don't need to do a safety, but what we're going to do is a reset timer now. that's going to hook up to this, which we could just use a crap ton of repeaters, which would be easier. But minecarts are more fun and make for a little bit more scientific things, in my mind. So we're just going to activate a rail with a minecart on it going up, and we'll use a regular minecart going up like that. Actually, I need to change this. I broke something. I'm not really good at doing this on the fly. I imagine getting better in some time frame. Not really sure. So we're going to go up and up and up. I think that should be high enough. I don't really know the time it takes. Off the top of my head, I don't know the time it takes to get a cart down how I'm trying to do it. We're going to do that, and then go into decorations and get some cobwebs. Yes, cobwebs. I know these have a set time. I don't know what it is. I think it's like a minute or 30 seconds or something. So let's start with 4, and then I'll time that and go back and look at it. I think this will work. So, imagine, if you will, actually, no, let's finish the whole system. So this is going to land on a booster rail. Bear with me here. Which is powered, of course. Can I power it just like this? Yes, I can. And that's going to come back around and come to rest here. Yeah, that should work. In my mind. Here we go. And down like that. And booster rail. And we need a need of this. Now that is a detector rail. So the system's been activated, and this is our reset, correct? Yep, that's the reset. We're going to do really simple here and run this line up to there, like that. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And just for safety, because I think that block gets powered, yep. Oh, I need a repeater there. And up like that. Okay. Now, this should work. Let's put a minecart in place. Thought I already did that. Place that there. And power these. Like that. Okay. So, someone's come up here. They've pushed the button. They've been teleported. They've activated the system. And been teleported back. Of course, this signal will pass through because we use our test4 command. I'm going to get speed there, so that's going to go up. And is that going down? I can't tell. Oh, I think it is. Yes, it is. Okay. I might need to do a speed boost here. Although it doesn't seem to matter. I'm going to use a lever. Lever? I don't know. There we go. So that's going down. Slowly but surely. And, okay. That's good enough. We get the idea. It's going to go down. It's going to go down. It's going to fall. Hit that. Activate. And did that reset? It did. And is the system reusable? Well, yes. It's not perfect, but I can fix that, I think. Pretty sure that this can do like this. A rail there and a rail there. It's got to be a powered rail, obviously, because that won't connect to that. That won't turn. And we'll do repeater. And one of these. I got a couple more fail safes here. That's why we're doing this now. Press that. Let's see if that'll go around. That falls. Comes back in. Nope, that does not work. So add a thing there. If I do that up like that, that might work. That might work. Okay. That doesn't work. That does not work. Okay, then we do that and that. I know there's an easy way to do this. I'm just avoiding looking for it, to be completely honest right now. What if this goes up? Okay. Trying something new here. See, this is how we learn things, is we learn things by trying them. Like that. And we'll put a block there to stop it from going somewhere I don't want it to. Okay. Again, in my mind, this should work. So put the card up. Nope, it still has too much momentum. That needs to come back. What? That was weird. Oh, I know what happened. So, let's place that there. Come back around. Too much momentum. Oh, you know what? Too much momentum is easy. I can just slow it down by getting rid of these power rails. Oh, see, let's try one less power rail. And this ramp can go away. Then. We just do one power rail there. That might make all the difference in the world. I didn't even think about that. Okay. Last try, hopefully. Indeed, look at that. So now that should be... Let's try this one last time. That goes there. And the system works. Goes back down. Gets in place. Don't even need those. Okay. System working. And for now, the time on the reset is going to be 4 spider webs, because I can't be bothered to make it anything else. There we go. We can make it more very easily. All right. There we go. So what that means is a guy can't stand here and spam the button, because he's going to be teleported away. He can stand there and teleport all he wants, but the idea for this jump quest being, this is probably going to be farther out of reach, and teams are going to have knockback weapons, which is going to influence where I put railings after thinking about it. Because I have like knockback 5 weapons, and if there's no railings around here, then people are just going to go flying off the map. So, yeah, that's not really going to work out. Now, so we're given speed and strength as a bonus effect. Now, I was kind of trying to think of something with mobs to work as the opposite of bonus. What's the opposite of bonus? I don't know. But a non-bonus effect. So if you come over here, and it's going to put the other team at a disadvantage. I was thinking spawning some creepers. Turning mob griefing off, that might work, but then if you're doing like a capture the flag and you put the defending team at a disadvantage by spawning creepers, and then you run through here, well, there's creepers there, so you don't want that. Same with like flying. There's nothing I can do with mobs that only affects one team. So that might be if we do like a random effect if the game takes too long, like a sudden death kind of thing. Which might be interesting if we put a 20-minute timer on, and after 20 minutes we just start spawning creepers and witches and stuff everywhere to kill people. But we'll see. I think, just because I want to do something different, I think what we're going to do is we're going to do a harming potion rain. So we're going to play around with that. And to do that, I'm going to go back into my redstone world. And we're going to look at some new areas and start throwing some damage potions. So here we go. And here I am once again in the redstone world. We got a nice open space. Do with what we will. Oh, time set 1000. I'm out of range of my daylight sensor, so we're going to go into peaceful mode. Got to change that. Is the weather changing? I don't know. So what we're going to need is, well, damage potions. Strength, slowness, weakness, night vision, Healing. There we go. Harming. Instant damage. I want to see how much damage this will do. 2.5 hearts. Oh, that's plenty. That's more than enough to be a game changer, I think. Even harming 2 can be. So, I'm going to throw... We're literally going to be in here for, well, about 5 more seconds, because I'm going to throw this, stop the game, save and quit to title, and I'm going to jump over to MC Edit, and hopefully I can get that to record. We'll see in just a second, I suppose. Okay, and we're back. And this is going to be a little bit annoying, because I completely forgot that MC Edit doesn't like quartz. Or at least I haven't updated it, if there is an update. I haven't checked. So, yeah. So what we're going to do is, this is our potion right here. This is an entity. We're going to select it with a very, very excess space, so that should be plenty. And, nope, I'm going to go into my filters here. And, does it change entities? Yes. So velocity X is going to be 0. Velocity Z is going to be 0. Velocity Y is going to be whatever. And we're going to... Velocity Y is going to be negative 100. Because that's what I think is going to work. Now... Sorry, I'm trying to scratch my arm with my mouth. Now, we're going to create a spawner. So create spawners. And we're not going to include position data. Yet. Are we? No. I'm going to have to redo this process for the map, but that's okay. Now we have a spawner, which is cool. I can clone it and move it over here. That's okay. Select. There we go. So this is going to spawn relative to the spawner right now, which is okay, because this is just for testing, which is why we're here. Now I can go to, where is it? Edit spawners, change spawner properties, create spawners. I don't know. Change spawner properties. There it is. Okay. So min spawn delay. We're going to change. This is in milliseconds, I think. We're going to change this to about 100. And change the max to 500. That should be plenty. That doesn't matter. And we're going to make it spawn 5 potions at the same time. We're going to give it a huge spawn radius as well of about 10. And in fact, we're going to double that. 10 and 12. Detection range at this point doesn't matter, but I'm going to leave it at 16. And entity cap obviously has to be more than the spawn count. And they're just potions anyway, so there we go. We're going to filter. And now I'm going to clone it. Move it over here, because this is where things are going to get interesting. We're going to copy this over here. Oh, I screwed up. Clone. Over here. Clone. Now, we're going to run another filter, which is, assuming it's here, I just added it, create spawner minecart. So, beacons enchant, mobs invincible. No, not here. Okay, saving, and be right back. Okay, there we go. Problem solved. It's right here. Spawners into minecart. So we're going to run that as filter. And now we have another entity. Now, we need to create another spawner for this entity. So, we're going to run the, if I'm doing this right, nudge up and nudge down. We're going to run a create spawner filter. Create spawner right there. And this time I'm going to include the position data and filter. And now move this spawner just a little bit. Close select and nudge that over to here a bit. So now when this spawner is activated, it will create a minecart spawner. Wow, that was a big process just to create a potion dropper, which is exactly what I was looking for. Okay, so we're going to jump back into the map and test that everything works. Okay, so here we are again, and you can see we are spawning things. It's got a bit more delay than I thought it would, but that's okay. We can tweak that very easily. It works is the important thing. So there we go. It spawns pretty good, considering it's going to run for, well, about 30 seconds. 30 to 40 seconds. And that's quite a few. We may need to up the radius. But we're going to go over here and check that this works. So where are you going to spawn a minecart? Right there. Okay. There we go. And that has a pig in it. But that does in fact spawn potions. Beautiful. Now, this is... Okay. Okay, you can stop doing that now. Oh. There we go. Problem solved. We're going to put an empty bucket in this dispenser. So now, obviously the system's off, so when it spawns a minecart, when that spawns a minecart, because we're in its range, it's going to try to spawn it right here, which won't work. But when that button's placed, and in fact this can be all in one box right at the same spot, when this button's pressed, that's going to activate that dispenser, which will mean, and obviously this will be updated so it's spawning more frequently, but that can spawn a minecart, which can spawn potions, which will have the position data of both team spaces. We're going to do one of these for each team with 2 spawners, and this can be a lot more compact. But the point is that the system works, it spawns, and it'll do a crap ton of damage. So let's just game mode 0. There we go, no armor here. Just going to run. Yeah, see, I'm getting knocked around like crazy. It's a little bit less damage than I thought, but it makes sense. Harming one, and it's a splash potion, so it's a little ranged. But the difference is I have to change the entity cap on this to be 1 instead of 4. Potentially. Because now there's 4 in there now, I think. At least 3. There we go. So that's going to make a difference. And, in fact, harming 2 might be better. So if I throw that, that's just 1 block away, I take about 1 heart of damage and it comes back instantly. The knockback effect is the big deal, though. Well, I think that's enough for today. I'm going to work on putting some of this stuff into the map so we can actually say we've done progress other than just built things. Anyways, if you've made it with me to the end of the video, I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.